You close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to
me. No, I'm still recording.
Anybody want to play some Werewolf?
I want to play Werewolf.
We can play Werewolf?
I have no idea. We're gonna get the drink and we'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
Like when?
Like, well, probably like the next 5 minutes.
Okay.
So we send the drink.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. You know we're up by the fire pits?
Yeah.
You know where it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, after Werewolf.
Werewolf, but we're gonna find out.
Yep.
34-year-old.
So,
I thought there's 17. Oh no, is she not playing?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on at this moment. I think we're just setting up for the game. But look, everyone.
I have 3 sons, and they're all members in their own way.
The stupid wire calling me. I'm like,
So just a question here. Are you going to teach us how to play?
Please teach us how to play.
I'm assuming the marble
Because I don't know how to play this.
No, he has something to say. What would you like to say? Find out who the werewolves are and lynch them, and the werewolves are trying to eat the villagers. The game is going to progress through 2 phases. There's a night phase, in which everybody is going to be asleep. I'm going to have you close your eyes, you can put your head down, call for specific roles to wake up. Certain roles will have things that they will do at night. The werewolves, for example, will wake up, and they will point to people who they want to kill. Werewolves, if you're having trouble deciding like this, I'll give you a few seconds to try to come to a consensus. If you don't come to a consensus within about 10 seconds, I will say, werewolves, you've got 5 seconds to decide whether one of you is going to die instead. Then I will count down from 5, and if you cannot agree on one person to kill, I will kill one of you instead. The other role that wakes up at night in this game is going to be the seer. The seer is on the villager team, so they are trying to find the werewolves, and in fact, that's the seer's job. When the seer wakes up, they wake up separate from the werewolves at night, all by themselves, and I'm going to say, seer, point to someone who you would like to know about, and I will tell the seer if that person is a werewolf or not. And so, seer will point to somebody, and I will go, yes, werewolf? No, not a werewolf. Thumbs up, it is a werewolf. Thumbs down, it is not a werewolf. Okay? Those are the only roles. Villagers don't have any special abilities. They do not wake up at night. So during the day phase, then everybody is awake, everybody is active. You can talk to each other. You can ask each other questions. You can talk about what may have happened the night before. You can talk about what happened the previous day. You can talk about whatever you want. So at some point during the day phase, somebody in the village is going to say accusation on this person right here. And they will point to somebody who they think is a werewolf or who they would like to accuse. And then somebody may say second on this person right here. And once a person has 2 accusations against them, then we go into the defense phase. And I will say, everybody be quiet. And this person will be allowed to give her defense. And during the defense, I ask that everyone be quiet because she has the right to defend herself, explain why she is not a werewolf. After she is done with her defense, I will say, okay, peanut gallery, does anybody have anything else to add? And then you can all start shouting at me and telling me why you think she's a werewolf and why you think she's not.
What's going on, my vlogging world? How the heck are y'all doing out there today? I know this is a really weird way to kind of intro this vlog, but I figured the best way to kind of intro this video for Central Texas Werewolf is how I sort of got introduced into Central Texas Werewolf, which is exactly what you just saw, and of course the explanation of the rules. I know, really weird way to show it off, but I figured if I'm gonna do it some way, this is the only way I kind of know how to do it. So yeah, guys, this is a video for Central Texas Werewolf Group, and sort of how they came to be and where they've become now. I've been a part of this group for quite a while now, since 2016. So yeah, it's been quite a long time since I've been a part of this group. And this is sort of their story, from, you know, the different videos I'm about to be showing y'all. of the different highlights that I have set up for y'all for some of the games that we've played. And then I'm going to share you my thoughts on Central Texas Werewolf and what they have done and meant to me since I've joined this group. So here you guys go, guys. I did an interview with their creator, and I have a couple highlights for y'all from Central Texas Werewolf. So here y'all go. All right, everyone. This is Daniel. He is the creator of Central Texas Werewolf. First off, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Daniel Griego. I'm a lifelong gamer. I've pretty much been gaming as long as I could hold dice. My very first convention, I was probably 10 or 11 years old. It was called HorrorCon, way back in the mid-90s, and my dad actually helped host it way back in the day. Very first, big gaming experience back then was playing the original classic dungeon board game. And I remember this moment where I'm sitting there playing Dungeon with my brother and my best friend at the time, and having some lunch, and my dad walks in and sees me with a set of dice in one hand and pizza in the other hand, and he just kind of shed this tearful pride of this moment where he just shed this prideful tear. So yeah, pretty much been gaming ever since then.
Just because somebody dresses like a superhero does not make them a superhero. No, don't try to lie to them. You're gonna drive everybody nuts.
There's something like right now.
No, you're fine. You're good. It's all good. No lie detector. That sounds like an accusation. Let's think about this.
Okay. What got you into, or what convention, or what got you into deception games?
So I've actually been playing deception games since original Werewolf back in 2006, and it was Gen Con 2006 that I first learned how to play Werewolf. Started with a village up at Gen Con, and that village still meets at Gen Con to this day. And from there, played for a few years at Gen Con, expanded into Origins, helped build up the Origins community, and then once the Origins community built up, then they basically started another village at Gen Con as well. So now these days you have a lot of layover between Origins and the Gen Con community when it comes to those deception game communities.
Okay.
You wake up to find the princess has been slaughtered. Golden hair is been stained red with blood. She's laying in the middle of the village square. Her throat has been ripped out. This is clearly the work of werewolves.
Oh, clearly.
Clearly. Exactly. It can't possibly be dragons. There are no dragons in this county. Only werewolves in this county. What are you guys gonna do?
Okay. And since 2006, how many estimated games do you think you have played in?
I can't even begin to imagine just the hours and nights spent playing game after game. One thing I'll probably say is it's probably not as high as it should be, because when you're part of those really die-hard villages in Gen Con and Origins, those games are for real. Easily, we've had games that last 3, 4, 5 hours because we really get into it. We don't go for the easy kills. We don't go for the easy suspicions. We really want to make sure that we're hunting the right way. So yeah, we'll take our time. One particularly epic game at Gen Con, it got down to the final 3, and the final 3 took an hour to make their one determination to end the game. It was incredible.
Okay.
Go.
Wait, what just happened? Hold on.
Whoa. Okay.
He asked me if I was the other.
Slow down there, Hoodlum. We need to figure out who everyone else is.
What just happened?
Okay, so we were joking about being Seer Beholder or Double Werewolf over here. And as soon as we got our cards, he looked at me and said, "Are you the other werewolf?"
He said that, so start of combat, Gary's.
Okay, Dumbledore.
He said that. He's screwing with your head. He actually said that.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I could easily disclaim that because it's game interceptor. I could just say, no, I didn't say that. He is actually putting words in my mouth.
Ghost in the chair.
I feel like you both lie a lot.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into the group. When did you decide to create your own group of werewolf or deception games?
So after learning Werewolf at Gen Con in 2006, I kind of played more for a couple of years at Gen Con and Origins. I didn't really start trying to build a community in Central Texas until a few years after that. But when I did, it started small. We started doing conventions regularly again in San Antonio. So what I would do is I would, wait till 9, 10 o'clock for a lot of the normal gaming to die down, and then just try to grab the stragglers and say, hey, do you want to play this great new game that's only been around for a couple of years? So it would start small like that. And then after a few years of that, that's when I finally kind of made the decision to say, hey, let's actually try to make this into a cohesive community, because for the longest time, it would just follow the conventions in San Antonio, which started as Chimera Con, moved on to Game Expo, but I wanted the community to be just bigger than that one annual convention. So it was like, okay, cool, making a Facebook group to kind of bring those people together, whether it's at the convention or not, seemed like the natural choice.
Okay. I can choose from any of these people right here.
I can hear what you're saying.
So right now, pause the video, and who will I kill tonight? Let's see who it is. So,
You don't have, there's no time.
Hunter
No talking.
has to choose one to either lose or win the game.
Why do you have to put him on this pressure right now?
It's going on YouTube.
New and he came in.
You're about to go viral.
Hunter, it's on YouTube. Choose.
We got 15 seconds. Is that who you're shooting? Yeah. You have chosen wisely. Darius is busy. Played us all like a
Good choice. Oh well. On to round 2. Okay. After the creation of Central Texas Werewolf, or during the creation of Central Texas Werewolf, what did you want seen become of this group?
So one of my big motivators in creating Central Texas Werewolf was knowing that, okay, well, for one thing, I wasn't even in San Antonio anymore, and that's kind of why I called it Central Texas Werewolf. I'd lived in San Antonio almost my entire life, but ultimately ended up moving up to Austin for work. So I called it Central Texas because I wanted to kind of bridge that gap between Austin and San Antonio, where players could meet in Austin or they could meet in San Antonio but still be part of the same community. So that was one motivation. Another motivation was helping to identify any possible players within the entire I-35 corridor, from San Antonio, New Braunfels, San Marcos, Kyle, and then of course Austin. Knowing that a lot of these different communities do exist. And hilariously, there actually was a small community already in existence in Austin that I kind of tried to bridge into the group, but they were very much doing their own thing. So the heart has really always been with San Antonio.
Okay.
This is my first time betting first round in a very long time.
Wow, well then you're
It's usually me.
You're welcome. You granted your wish, that's all.
I played with you online now because since you told me you had the names wrong, I was like, yeah, I played with you online the other day.
I'm getting tired of this.
I stream radio on Talk Talk.
You don't have to vote anymore. It's already gone.
It's already voted.
You're chilled, dude.
He is anything but chill.
Where did you get your little wings?
I got them off of Amazon.
They're super
So it came with like 2 pairs of white, 2 pairs of black, 2 pairs of
From when you created it, till today, did you expect it to become what it is now and how big it's just becoming?
Expect is a strong word. I would say hope is a very appropriate word. I'd always hope that it would grow and become bigger than a singular event or bigger than a singular group of friends or a singular community. You always want something to get bigger and grow, and I also liked the idea that if you had different pockets of communities, one group within Central Texas Werewolf says, hey, we're playing in San Marcos, and then the San Antonio group says, well, we don't want to drive that far, but we're going to do a San Antonio game here. Great, they're still part of Central Texas Werewolf. They're just kind of doing their own thing and just posting different events, and have players have the option of saying, yeah, I'll go ahead and go up to that one, or I'm going to go down to this one, but still be part of one community. My other goal in wanting it to become bigger than how it started was being able to say, all right, this is for the community, this is for the group. And that's why once I reached a point where, living in Austin like I wasn't able to come down to San Antonio as much as I used to be able to. I was very, very happy to hand off those reins to Jen Sweet and say, hey, the San Antonio group is kind of your family now. I want you to do good things. And she excellently took over, and really she was the big driving force. I would probably say 2011, 2012, going forward, she really helped. And it's so funny because I actually met her for the very first time at a ChimeraCon. And I had already been doing Werewolf for years and years, and I'd even been doing Werewolf in San Antonio for years. And out of nowhere, Vince and Colleen Guzman, who were running ChimeraCon, or it might have even been Game Expo at the time, the timeline gets a little fuzzy. Colleen comes up to me, she's like, hey Daniel, do you know who this Jen Sweet person is? I'm like, no, who's Jen Sweet? She's like, well, Jen Sweet's submitted a whole bunch of Werewolf events. And at the time, Colleen was like, Werewolf is your scene. Who is this person kind of encroaching on your scene? I was like, I don't know, let me talk to her. So I kind of met her that weekend at that one convention. I think it was probably a Game Expo. And we kind of met and started talking a little bit, and she'd been playing for a little bit, but not like really publicly in the same scene, but she did kind of come with her own built-in group. I was like, hey, great, I love it. Let's kind of do something with this. And once we got to a point where we were able to really blend our different play styles and have a good direction for what we wanted the community to be, once we had that really good meeting of the minds, I was incredibly happy to be able to say, hey Jen, this is as much your community as it is mine. And then once I kind of handed the reins over to her, she really took the ball and ran and has done absolutely phenomenal things. And I could not ask for a better person to kind of lead the group into the next direction from there.
Cool.
Alright, it's real simple.
Mom, it's funny.
I see a very easy solution to this entire argument.
I agree, let's go Jen. Or
I'm going Jen, because Jen is a werewolf. Go Jen, not a wolf. Oh, well, we're not going to kill you. It's fine to kill you. Why are you always wanting to kill you, Mom?
Yeah.
She always wants to kill me, literally.
Perpetually, yes, every single day.
It loses its effectiveness when you want to do it every time. No, we're not going to kill me either. Do you see how this is?
So that's all the questions I have for you. Thank you very much. Do you have any final words for the viewers and everyone?
I've been, like I said, I've been playing Werewolf since 2006. It's easily in my top 5 games of all time. And it's just so much fun because there's so many different ways to approach it. So many different techniques, play styles, and at the end of the day, it's still a game, and the idea is to have fun. And if you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong. For me, being able to come, see friends, reconnect, and while playing the game, still be able to have those really good side conversations, that's really what does it for me, is being able to make and build those connections year after year. Even if I only see somebody a couple times a year through Werewolf, we'll pick up right where we left off, and I love that so much.
Awesome. Well, thank you much for your time, Daniel. I know it was a trip to be able to come down here and do all this stuff, but we do thank you.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you having me, Sean.
All right. it's been, what has it been now? 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It's been 7 years since I've been a part of this group. 7 long years. And I was away for like 2 of those. So roughly, I've been with them for 7 years, but I've been participating with their stuff for about 5 years. And man, they've definitely done a lot for me. When my father passed back in 2018, I didn't know. I was lost. And a lot of them came to the wake for my father. And they even sent flowers. Like, the Werewolf group sent flowers to me. And man, I didn't think they were going to do that. You know, even through all the tough times I've been in, and all the struggles I've been through, they have been one community that has been there for me. And when I see Sinnoh Werewolf group, I don't see just a bunch of people who are here to play games and like that. Like, yeah, it's mostly what that is, but I do see a community that cares about people, that really does care for everyone. And they're very accepting of a lot of people. And that's something you don't see these days, is a group that's accepting for so many people. And that's just refreshing, because I never thought I would find a group like this. And to have that kind of group to where they're accepting of anyone and are willing to be there for people is outstanding. And I'm glad to have met these people and to get to have known these people. And I would not take that away ever, because it's so refreshing to have them as a part of my life. And I'm thankful for that, for everyone. Yeah. And that's the video, guys. Hopefully I have done this video justice. I know this video has taken me a long time to create, and I want to do this video justice for Sinnoh Werewolf group, because they deserve a good video to have. Hopefully they enjoy it. Hopefully they like it. And yeah, if you guys have enjoyed this video, of course, hit the like button down below. If you guys want to become a part of the vlogging world today, of course, hit the subscribe button. And if you guys want to get notified whenever I do upload a video, of course, hit the bell. And I will see y'all in that next video, guys. Peace.
If there's something that you need to say, I know it ain't easy living inside your brain, for sure. You keep telling me that it's all okay.